There's a scale so small, physics stops giving answers. Not because our tools are weak, because the question breaks. Think of it like the universe's resolution. You can't zoom in forever. It's called the Planck length. And if there's a resolution, something is choosing what gets rendered. This is called the Planck length, and at this scale, every framework physicists use to describe reality completely breaks down. Space and time, the two things you thought were infinite, they both hit a wall. At exactly the same place. That's not a coincidence. To understand why this happens, we need to go back to something Max Planck discovered in 1900, almost by accident. He was trying to solve a completely different problem, a problem about light and heat. He realized that energy doesn't flow continuously. It comes in discrete packets, quanta. And those quanta have a minimum size. If the universe has a minimum energy packet, it also has a minimum length. Below 1 pixel, the image doesn't get blurry. It doesn't fade. It stops existing. And that's exactly what happens at the Planck scale. Not blur, not fuzz. Existence itself just stops. But here's where it gets stranger. Because it's not just that we can't measure below the Planck length, it's that the question, what's smaller than this, has no answer. The question itself becomes meaningless. And this is where physicists start using a word that sounds like science fiction. They say, space-time is quantized. Meaning, reality itself is made of discrete units, like code. And now add one more layer. Quantum mechanics tells us that particles don't have definite positions until someone observes them. Reality, at the smallest scale, only resolves when it's being looked at. In a game engine, the world outside your field of view isn't fully simulated. Resources are saved by only rendering what matters. The universe seems to do something similar. At the quantum level, things only lock into definite states when observed. So here's the question physicists are actually asking now, not as a joke, but seriously. Is this a feature of reality, or is it evidence of something underneath reality? Nick Bostrom published a paper in 2003 arguing that if advanced civilizations can run simulations, and if many such simulations are possible, then statistically, we're almost certainly inside one. The math is brutal in its simplicity. But here's the real twist. Whether this is a simulation or not, we've discovered something real. The universe has a floor. It has a resolution. And everything you've ever seen, felt, or thought, it all happened within that resolution, above the Planck length. We may never know what's below the Planck length. We may never know if we're simulated. But we know this. At some scale, the universe stops answering questions. And maybe, the most honest thing physics has ever told us is where it stops knowing too. If that idea stays with you, explore the next video. We go deeper.